So, so we're in the Plains, Georgia, historic inn and antique mall, and this is where Anne's staying. This is a public area, and she just explained that this was a mortuary at one time. So we're gonna go outside and take a look at Plains, Georgia. There's Jimmy Carter. It's everything Jimmy Carter. And this is from the second floor, the deck. So how far away do we walk? Are we walking there?
We can walk to the hut. That's the depot where he had his first presidential, or I guess his only presidential headquarters.
Oh, okay.
And then, but to go to the high school or the visitor center is down that way.
Okay, well, we'll drive.
Do you want to stop that for a
Some
second?
birds. I will stop it for a second.
I mean, versus were beautiful and creepy.
This is where they brought the cadavers up to do their nasty work, their embalming. It's pretty. It's an old building.
Danvers upstairs to be embalmed.
I think that was done in.
Oh, I should have showed you. This is where Anne's room is, and they have a year theme. So she's 1950s, and that's why you'll see all 1950s stuff in here. Elvis.
Okay. There. Let's do two.
Korean War and polio shots.
Greg, do you see this? It's so fun.
Oh, how neat. Yeah, that's cool.
Awesome. I mean,
And then here's another
all this furniture's spot on.
Maryland.
Just sleep like a queen.
Yeah, just go back some. All those pillows were.
Really? That's cool.
But you can't sleep. unless you watch
Got
TV.
air conditioning.
That's why I had to download a bunch of shows.
Okay, let's go to the antique mall. So Ann is down here doing work with like 9 other people from the Park Service. And I'm not quite sure what they're all doing. They're doing something with Jimmy Carter's stuff. Isn't it pretty down here though? It's quite pretty, and there's Jimmy Carter. Let's see what it says there. Jimmy Carter, presidential campaign headquarters. We're gonna go in here.
Real newspaper.
This was built in 1880 something, I believe, from from listening to my program. President Carter, when he was elected, started here on a train to go to Washington, D.C. for his inauguration. It's pretty neat. It's a museum now.
Yeah, there's the land service station. So that's
Which was right
there, which
right over there.
I remember Tony saying, yeah, I'm sure Shirley and Paul are going to vote for that peanut farmer. Because they were like big Democrats.
Yeah.
Just,
That's a shame.
This is
Mm-hmm.
the Carter Warehouse.
Which was where? Huh.
That's at the other end of
Oh,
town.
okay. It's pretty down here, actually. And it's open to the public.
The story goes, this was the train station.
Right.
He chose this to be his presidential headquarters.
Headquarters,
Because it was the only
yeah.
public building that had a restroom in it. Just right there.
Oh,
So that
okay.
These are all reproduction.
They're all reproductions. Right before they all switched from Democrats to Republicans. Well, I guess they already did the switch. Surprising that Jimmy was still a Democrat. And he lives somewhere down this street. We're going to drive past it and see the Secret Service here shortly. I think those are the warehouses, Carter warehouses, but I'm not sure. You can see the National Park Service emblem. This is Jimmy Carter's graduating high school building, which is now occupied by the National Park Service. This is where Ann is working for the 2 weeks. I was wondering why we're coming here.
Honey, nobody watered the plants,
I would assume that's, oh, it's the Buffaloes. The Plains High School Buffaloes. Well, that wasn't too long ago. Hi. So where are you working at, man? I wonder. Just to get an idea. We're not going to film a whole bunch here. Just walk through. Turn that off. There's a young Jimmy with his peanuts. A bicycle built for two. She was pretty, wasn't she? Very pretty woman. It's kind of impressive and what he accomplished in a short time as president. It's just President Tina Henderson Roos. Are you going to sign anything today? Any important things today?
So, do they all? I thought they all shared the same desk. Oh, I got a Grammy.
He won that in 2018.
For what?
It was for the, like, he had an audiobook, I think, for him.
Oh, okay.
That's great.
The public high school turned into a Jimmy Carter museum.
We call them pasture potatoes.
Really? So we're at Jimmy Carter's boyhood home and farm. And these are actually mules. Well, you can tell it from here. But when we first pulled in, we thought they were horses, and then Ann corrected us. But they're pretty mules, aren't they?
Big boy.
Oh.
Big keyhole.
So this is Jimmy Carter's boyhood home, all fixed up. I think a lot of people will recognize that, so who's around my age.
That's just the bathroom.
That's just a bathroom?
The home is back here.
See, I was kidding. No, I'm kind of stupid, but it does kind of look like his home. Good, and yourself?
I'm Ann. I'm with the CMP team. So I took the tour with you.
I have to welcome everybody the same way.
I don't know if you recognize me.
I did.
My parents are visiting.
Hello.
Hello there. How are you?
Doing great, and yourself?
Good. And
Great.
where are you guys from?
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Right. I'm from Caldwell, Ohio.
Oh, really? Is that about?
It's the opposite end. It's in
Oh,
the
by
south near Marietta, Zanesville,
Oh, yeah.
Cambridge.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you. So
All
we're
of our
from
buildings
Sophia.
are open. They're safe.
Okay.
Oh, wonderful.
Feel free to
Okay.
walk
All our
through.
kids home
We'll
together
see.
when we were
And
younger.
as you're walking through, mash the buttons, and Jimmy Carter narrates part of his life story.
Oh, good.
And if you see red mounds of dirt, those are fire ants. Don't step in them. Don't look at them
Okay.
cross-eyed. And if you see a snake, leave it alone because this is his house.
Okay.
And then we sat around
I will do that.
for a while and it got dark.
How you doing?
Good, yourself?
Good.
Well, tell Gia I'm glad that you guys got to see the Superior Park.
And I'll be at her
Well,
park tomorrow.
welcome
so I
to
can do the
turn the camera over here. Welcome to Jimmy Carter National Historical Park, the superior park to Andersonville.
That's awesome.
She was just talking about that. We were really friends. What?
Oh no, no, I am not friends with Gia Wade.
Okay, so we're supposed to watch out for snakes. There's goats back there. I guess we can get a better picture as we go up. There's a learning place over there. And I guess they're trying to make it look like a working farm. I want to see these fire ants. That'd be too cool. See the goats? See the goats? The goats, goats, goats. Billy Goat Gruff. See, that kind of looks like the bathroom. I just remember seeing this back in '76. And there's an old outhouse. See, with the moon. Here's some chickies. Hey, chickies. And the chicken coop. Now I got sand all in my sandals. Bummer. I don't know if you want to see. I can't read anymore. My cataracts are all nasty. I want to see these fire ants, so dog nibbit. Fire ants and snakes. That's what I want to see. Still had well water. I wonder when Lillian was using this, if she ever thought that it would be in a museum. And you're allowed to go in. Oh, maybe this way. Oh, it's a pretty big house. Wasn't a small house. There's the kitchen. A bedroom. This is Jimmy's bedroom. Little boy blue. the heck out of here. There's the phone. It's nice and cool in here. There's a bathroom.
Remember FDR, somebody pooped in the Rodolph area? Oh, was it Vanderbilt? I thought it was.
And there's a shower. Isn't that wild? Here's the dining room. Look at all the food and the sweet iced tea. I don't know if Georgia is sweet iced tea. I know the Carolinas are. And fried chicken. Look at all that butter. Yeah, deviled eggs. Here's the breakfast room, which they have eggs and bacon and sausage, coffee, milk. Look at that. My mom had a sewing machine similar to that. We used to sit on the bottom, watch my mom with her feet. That was cool.
Did you see the shower pen?
Yeah, I did. Isn't that funny? And there's Earl
Is that real?
and Lillian's.
Is that what they did?
Where's Billy's bedroom at? Did they only have 2 children?
For a shotgun house, this is pretty big.
It is big, isn't it?
Linton had a shotgun house.
Sitting room, living room. Yeah, Earl did pretty good for himself, didn't he? That's a nice house. And Gloria and Ruth's, or was Billy's? Is there an upstairs? Maybe Billy wasn't born when they lived here. I don't know. Huh. And the front porch. Front porch. And then I'm gonna go. Hey, Ann. Pretty neat. Yeah. I'm sorry? I have to turn it off. Okay, I gotta turn this off. So we had a secret story that Ann told us, and I'm not allowed to convey it. It's secret. And there's a was that for wells to get water up?
Pump the water.
Okay.
This was his dad's tennis court. His dad loved tennis.
Oh, really? Yeah. He was a Renaissance man, kinda, huh? In South Georgia. I wonder how. Was it a clay court at one time? I bet it was a clay court at one time. Because that's pretty hard to get a.
Where's Dad?
Is it clay? Is it clay?
It says he had a. No, it doesn't say.
Doesn't say.
Doesn't say.
Well, you would think you wouldn't get a ball to bounce real well on dirt.
But you would think they would.
I don't know. What do I know? I know nothing about tennis. Played it for a very short time. Was halfway decent, but I played guys like Randy Herbers, who was damn good at that. It was dirt? I don't know. You would think that the ball wouldn't bounce as well. Oh, that's okay. Okay, it was dirt.
Store that they ran.
I was wrong. This is what now?
The store that they ran.
Oh, this is the store.
And
Interesting.
this is what Kevin wanted you to do. Push this button.
Oh. I'm gonna push that button.
The mercantile.
We had a store, what we call a commissary on the farm, which was quite common in rural communities because they provided the basic necessities that had to be bought by the workers and by our family as well. What happened usually was that the purchases were on credit and payment for the different items were made on payday or sometimes even at the end of the season when the crops were harvested. The stores were convenient for three reasons. One, they were close by, and most of the transportation was on foot. Secondly, the landowner, the larger ones, owned the store in order to make a profit on items sold. And third, the people who lived on the farm or nearby quite often had no credit rating in town. Whereas the landowner that owned the store would know them, and if they wanted to buy a pair of shoes or a shirt or some tobacco, they didn't have to worry about credit because they had ready credit. So the landowner knew them well, and since the landowner knew that when he paid them for their work, he could collect the bill. This store was not kept open all the time, but it was open all day Saturday, because that was the day for major purchases. That was the day when the workers were paid and when they paid off what they owed. The rest of the week, the store was closed except when somebody wanted to make any kind of purchase. Both we and they were out of the fields during meal times. So almost every time I ever sat down at a meal, someone knocked on the back door and wanted to make a purchase from the store. My daddy would throw the keys across the table to me. I would get up and miss part of the meal, walk out to the store, unlock it, bill 5 cents worth of chewing tobacco or a bottle of castor oil or 2 pounds of sugar, make a ticket, show that the person had bought something on credit, lock the store back up, and go back to our meal. I hardly ever remember going to an entire meal without having to be interrupted to go to the store and open it to make a sale.
That was good. Look at this. Argo. The movie? Argo.
I don't think it's the same.
I know. I'm just saying it's a quinkadink. Okay. Oh, Royal Crown Cola. That was good. I actually liked that better than any of them.
The American Pickers.
Parents were out.
Could you start that story over again? Okay, so it was a very rural area. It was, there's a Windsor.
Can I just tell you without it having to be recorded?
No. Okay, I'll shut it off. And just, I mean, this is beautiful down here. A lot of history. Look at that, and it's not only a national park, it's a working national park. They're actually growing food. I'll shut this off and you can tell me the story. Peas.
Look at that watermelon.
Oh yeah. Yeah, watermelon right there.
It's only June 30th.
Yeah, wow.
There's another one.
I don't like these phone things though. It's hard. It's not hard. It's just you can't see the screen and you want to zoom in and
I don't even have your recorder.
it broke. My beautiful recorder broke. And this is what they were all planted, I take it, huh? What the Carters planted. Well, I think they had a little bit of money. They were probably a little
They were
bit.
very wealthy.
Okay. And I guess if that went back to Earl's parents, might have owned land.
Here are the peanuts.
Peanuts.
Oh,
Right there. Right there. But I guess it's too early. You see it? Well, they are. I guess that's part of the greenery there, Dan, wouldn't you think?
I've never seen peanuts.
Did the Carters have any slaves? I know. I mean the.
Maybe historically, I
They're-
don't know their background.
Well, the creeks were the Indians who populated this area. Then they removed them in the Trail of Tears in 1827. I heard that on my thing, my Bob. And they moved all the Native American Indians out of Georgia during that whole period. There wasn't just one Trail of Tears, there was many. And if anybody actually knows anything about that, they purposely, on some of the treks, would move them in the middle of winter. And the thought was that they could kill some off before they got to Oklahoma, which is interesting. There's a bell to tell the workers that it's quitting time. Now, I guess what I was asking, Ann, is if Earl's parents, yeah, they don't say anything about that, which is cool. We don't know anything about that. This is really interesting. I really like this. There's the mules again. So the mules just eat, huh? They don't do no work. Wonder what kind of mules those are.
Okay, so it was the Clark family.
Uh-huh.
This is their home.
Okay, you want me to turn it off now? Is that what you...
No, I can just read what
Okay.
Jimmy Carter said.
Okay.
Nearest house to ours, between the barn and the main road, was the home of a special family. Jack Clark was in charge of the barn, the mules, and horses, the equipment and harness, and rarely worked in the field. For me and the other boys, he seemed to be in charge of everything. His wife Rachel was also special. There was something about her character and demeanor that set her apart. Her skill as a field worker, hoeing, picking cotton, or shaking peanuts was legend. Rachel was the one who took me fishing and taught me the names of trees and wildflowers, the habits of animals, how to avoid getting lost in the woods and swamps. Whenever both my mother and father were away from home, I stayed with Jack and Rachel. Perhaps because of this, I felt at ease in the homes of the other black families in the neighborhood. My childhood world was really theirs.
Wow. Well, hold on now. The Clark home originally sat on the curve of the highway.
Oh yeah, they moved it.
Okay, Whistle Stop Community. That's where his compassion and his Christian faith taught him how to love
The Georgia
everybody. Again,
My legs were
again. I wish they'd go back to that. Okay, are we gonna go through here?
Yes, we can go into their house.
Okay. I'm sure it didn't look quite that.
The Clark family, they were an African-American family who worked on the farm, and they weren't tenant farmers, they got paid wages.
Oh, cool.
And they were good friends with the Carters.
Uh huh.
They would watch Jimmy when the parents went out of town. And the other kids and the friends.
Where he got his knowledge of the other and found it to be good. This is them, I guess, huh? How neat.
Oh, wow.
She was quite attractive. She's pretty, older lady.
So they didn't have insulation, so they would paper the
Yeah.
inside here. Wallpaper.
Oh, that's what they were
Yeah,
showing.
they
There's
do it every year.
Limburg.
Yeah, I think these are from the 20s.
Yeah. But it didn't get real. I guess it could get cold down here. Yeah. There was no. This wasn't a cotton area, was
Talking
it?
about the South.
Uh huh.
They did, yeah, they did grow cotton here.
Did they? There you go. The New South. The New South, Ann.
After slavery.
Yeah, right. Yeah, talk about after Reconstruction. You don't want to talk about after Reconstruction. Oh my God, Jimmy's here.
He's everywhere.
Two of them were Jack and Rachel Clark who lived in this house. When my mother and father would go off on vacation, I would stay with Jack and Rachel. And they provided me with information
Could that be Jack?
about the basic rudiments of life, the priorities that
We don't know.
human beings should recruit, and also my entree into understanding how the sharecroppers and day laborers lived in a strictly segregated society. Much later, I wrote a poem about Rachel Clark, entitled Rachel. My young life, shaped by those I loved, felt the gentle touch of Rachel Clark, our neighbor on the farm, whose husband, Jack, cared for the barn and did the kind of work that we boys most admired. He tended mules and rang the cast iron bell that brought him in to sleep and later told the time to rest. His wife was small and quiet. Her brown skin fixed her in our segregated world, yet Rachel had the aura of a queen. That somehow wouldn't let the white folks ask for her to do the chores around their place, like cooking, ironing clothes, or tending babes. But she would volunteer with quiet grace anytime she learned the need was real. For miles around, the farming folks would know what Rachel did while working in the field. I'd pick 150 pounds or so of cotton if I never stopped to rest. No man could do much more. But Rachel Clark could pick near twice as much as second best. At sundown, we would tie what we had got in burlap sheets and watch the foreman weigh. See for ourselves that Rachel had the most, and if she had topped her own best mark that day. She'd put a lot more peanuts on the stack, hoe more wheat, shuck more corn. No one, in fact, could equal anything she did. These kinds of deeds that may seem small to some were big events for us, in which we all competed as our farm life would allow. When work was done, or when a heavy rain made the fields too wet to hoe or plow, and open cotton balls too damp to pick, sometimes she'd smile at me and mention fish. Then she and I would leave the farm and walk 6 miles or so to reach a stream she knew. These journeys gave us ample time to talk, or rather, I would listen to her words, and she would think a while and then hold forth about God's holy way, how when we deal with nature, we are stewards of the earth. She'd say that blessings bring on debts to pay, describe the duties of a man and wife, and say the brave and strongest need not fight. She'd tell how praying gave her life a rhythm, and how it made her act and not just talk, like staying up all night if someone's sick. It wasn't empty preaching like in church. Sometimes I wasn't glad to reach the creek. Our bait was crawfish, lizards, crickets, worms, or whatever she would recommend for perch, catfish, and bass, which we called trout, misnamed by our European kin, or mine at least. I knew that Rachel's folks were brought themselves to be my people's slaves. The swamps and woodlands came alive for me. She taught the way that every person craves to learn. Our creels were empty flour sacks that kept our catch in water, fresh and safe, from water snakes and snapping turtles that would have left us bones instead of fish. Rachel used exactly 7 poles, for reasons I could never figure out. I asked her, why not 8 or 6? She only smiled at me, then went ahead and caught, with luck or skill, 5 fish to 1 of mine. She made it seem a favor heading home if some of hers were lined up in my sack. Those might have been the best days I have known. With my folks gone, I'd stay with her and Jack. Newspapered walls all leaned. The sagging doors stayed open, letting flies and breezes in. I smelled the lye that cleaned the holy floors. Saving kerosene, we slept at dusk on lumpy corn shucks, not my feather bed. They always made me feel like I belonged and knew what things were better left unsaid. Although the food was plain and seldom changed, I never thought our big house down the road was better. They all knew I liked to be with Rachel Clark. I guess my feelings showed. In later years, I'd visit Rachel's home in public housing. Sometimes I'd find her on the village street, then still a queen, her apron sagging with a can of beer. She'd laugh about what good times there had been and tell me what she thought I ought to do in Washington, where I was working then.
Wow. Wow. Fire ants.
I know, it's all over your shirt. A white shirt, too. It's not coming
Didn't
out.
see any snakes yet, though. Fire ants. Go on down there, Ann, and
No, she got bit
dance,
yesterday.
dance around them.
It wasn't that
Far out.
Got sprouts.
Hold on. Oh, boy, that's beautiful. And there's a flower. And there's a flower. Magnolia tree. Oh, that's beautiful. Can't walk down there. I'll get an ant infestation. Wow. Next stop, we're going to Warm Springs. We're FDR, which is kind of Ann, because you were at FDR and up the Hudson Valley and Hyde Park. Now we're going to his other place.
No, and I've always wanted to go, and I didn't realize how close we were.
Yeah. And you being in Virginia, or you mean here?
Here.
Okay,
Like
right.
I knew it was in Georgia, but I didn't know where in Georgia.
Right.
And then someone mentioned it was like an hour away.
Yeah. And you're going to GPS it? Oh, good girl. Good girl. Look at that tattoo. Well, hold on, Ann. Let me get that tattoo.
Rosie?
That is cool.
She's got her alligator on the other side. These hats are staying nice, huh?
Yeah. Did I ever?
That's for Florida.
Yeah, they the artist who did these, the other guy wouldn't do white.
Oh yeah, they don't do that.
They did too. Look at.
On the eyes?
Yeah,
You
look
can
at.
barely see it.
Look at the shoes.
I'm supposed to have white. But
Yeah.
it's faded.
Oh, don't be rolling your friggin' eyes. He did.
It's just gonna fade to nothing.
Well, I get it retouched up. I guess that's the bell that. What was Rachel's husband's name? Now I missed. Jack. For the no, it wasn't a dinner bell. It was the mules.
Oh. I thought they did it or the
He said
morning
he had a
bell.
bell out front.
We can go this way, right?
That gets us back to the parking lot. So
Okay. Watch the red ants and the snakes. Didn't see any snakes. I guess this is enough.
we saw a
This is
few
enough.
snakes when we were hiking in Shenandoah.
On our way to Warm Springs. We're got told to eat somewhere around here. We're in Columbus, Georgia. I think my last boss worked in this city somewhere. That's kind of neat. The cannon. Four-pounder. Looks like a 4-pounder. It's wood.
graveyard and I frown. 'Cause there ain't been nothing ever held me down.
I guess that's enough.
Always
Here we are at Warm Springs. There's the entrance. There's the little white house. And Ann, we don't know where Ann went. Oh, there's where Ann went. Excuse me. Just had a Monte Cristo sandwich at Cannon's. It was very good. I don't know what about Jack Penny's vault.
That's the one in the back. Oh, that car is really.
You're just getting an idea of this thing because we're in a hurry. We need to get back to Gia's to eat, and we got a long way to go.
I mean, this is a nice car, but, we don't have documentation of it. We know the staff uses it, and then with the chassis for the building. But see how tall he was? He was almost 6'3". Those are his actual braces. I think it would be kind of hard to get in and out. You like, one of the kids on the side. And Kevin's on stage provided these, we got the new deal in the first two counties. The chaplain plays on Luna, on Friday. Then there's a whole lot to see in the back. And then when you go out to the grounds, there's a lot of flags and stones, there's the, guest house, service quarters for the White House, and then we leave the White House door. We go up to Legacy where the unfinished portrait is now. And that one's just a good gift shop.
Yeah.
Which one do you like? Oh, don't you just love that one?
This is all about chaplains. I get it now. Huh. Okay.
That Rosie Riveter, you already liked it, sure. You know, she was doing a good rear one, the rear deal. That program is cool. What's her name? I can't. It's not Geraldine Floyd. It's not Geraldine, she's the one who, does the program. She's like a security. Oh, that is so proud. Yes. We had one of the original ones, and JD has lots of original ones there. They're so little, they're so cute, aren't they? Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a big deal.
No Republicans. I think you go this way, don't you? You get an idea of this museum. Yeah, I got them. The family tree. Kermit. He's the one who was in the CIA that helped overthrow Mosaddegh in Iran in 1950s. And that's Theodore's son. And then where's Eleanor? There's Eleanor.
She's off this
Yeah,
one.
she comes
That's her
off the
uncle.
right. And then
They
here,
were something cousin, something removed. I
yeah.
don't remember the numbers.
And there's her coat of arms. They were Dutch, right? I mean, I would assume. Yeah, they were Dutch. There's a lot to see here, but again, we're kind of, and oh, look at this. But you get a general idea. Pine Mountain. Oh my God, all the muscles gone. Yeah. See a lot of his, but I like this. That is neat. Isn't that neat? That's amazing. I mean, that's pretty cool. I like that. That's neat. Here's another automobile. I'm thinking this is the real one. Contains lead. There's a picture of its use in the back, it looks like. Well, he had different cars. But that one looks like this here. 1938 Ford. Some saddles. I don't know what all this is about, but you get a flavor of what this place looks like. Ow. Left arm hurts. Controlling a car by hand. Tells you how to do it. There's all the presidents up to him. I don't know what this is all about. His political life. There he is before he had polio. Is that Al Smith? That I'm not sure. No, James Cox in 1920. And that is a very iconic picture of the Depression.
Carrying on the work. And I assure my fellow citizens that no energy will be spared in using these funds effectively.
Fireside chat.
To have a major effect upon the problem of unemployment. Our responsibility is to all of the people in this country. This is a great national affair.
Thank you, FDR, for Social Security. not sure what all this stuff is, but that's your typical museum. You could spend hours in here if you're really, really interested in all this stuff. I'm not, but I'll take film of it. I don't know. Fiddler. Fight for freedom. You can hear the speeches. Wonder if that's the Arizona. I think it is. There's Teddy's big stick. Wow. Huh. That was worth it right there, seeing Teddy's big stick. That's all sunk, E pluribus unum. That's all sunk now. That don't apply. I don't know what all that is. All the stamps. Oh, that's pretty cool. I don't know, maybe he was a stamp? No, commemorative stamps approved during the presidency of FDR, many of which he personally suggested. Oh, that's a neat one. I like that. Here you can actually see in the Warm Springs coach. Let's take a look at inside. And then a tea set, a breakfast set, I guess. FDR's Young Friends. The Last Will and Testament of Marguerite Missy. His secretary, I guess. And then a whole ton of canes. Wondering if these were all canes that were used by participants. I don't know. Oh. Opie Lynn.
And at the time, I didn't think, you know what I mean?
Marine.
You know,
There's his dress blues with all the glare. Camp Roosevelt at Warm Springs.
and see, I think Eleanor looks so pretty. This time, you know, she doesn't always, take the best pictures. I mean, some people, I have a sister that takes but you look, but this, you just like to know what that was. But that little girl, you wonder how old that little girl is. Did she ever realize she was?
Sort of like maybe 8 or so, maybe.
Yeah, I went to the Perry Fair last summer.
And here's
There was a
Eleanor.
guy there, and he had a teacher teach therapy at the pool for this little kid. And he said, and he told his mother, some old.
She actually appeared on What's My Line.
My mother never said anything, and then the teacher said, it wasn't until he like became an adult, one day it dawned on him, oh my God, it's a present. It was a
Yeah,
present.
that's such an
But he was
incredible-
just so unassuming,
And
you know?
and
he
he's just so accessible. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't do that now.
No, it's a shame.
See, and Eleanor lost her mama when she was 8, her daddy died when she was 10, she was, I mean, wow. And all of course, she was, you know, she really, it was a lot. And then when he had the polio too, that's when she came out, you know. Candy Rose? Yeah. And I don't think he would have achieved what he did without her, and vice versa. I think she came after her. Yeah, they were a really good partnership.
Oops, excuse me.
It's amazing when we do a camera. What would Roosevelt say today? You know, when people were coming in here taking pictures. having a ball.
Moving pictures.
Moving pictures on the phone.
I'm sure you want to go up to the bath house, right?
This is not helpful. Which way is the house?
Down that way.
That way?
It's down that way.
The bump gate.
Well, let's go up around and go. Psht. I don't know what all the flags are all about. Oh, they're armed forces.
It is a nice museum, but it's like,
It's all crammed together.
right, and it's obviously like narrow. This is like,
But you're only, I mean, I think they tried to put too much in it in regards to his outside of his relationship here at Warm Springs. You know what I'm saying?
we should focus their stuff.
Yes,
on
yes. Instead of World War II, but we won't criticize.
that. That's what the presidential highlight is.
Yes. Right.
Although they do talk about that stuff at his home too, because he lived there also while
Right.
he was going through.
And I'm assuming that this was here. We got a lot of time here, guys. We gotta get going. I gotta drive all the way back to there.
I know.
So I want to get through this. Is this where the springs were down here?
No, this is his home. We have to drive.
Oh.
It's not far though.
Do
It says directions to the historic pool complex.
Uh-huh.
Turn left at the RLWH main entrance,
Yeah.
and then turn left at the traffic light past Roosevelt Institute entrance.
Do we have to pay more to get in there?
No, I have a receipt.
Okay.
You can ask them at the desk when we get.
Yes,
before
do
we-
that. Is this part of the springs are no more, right?
No, I think they're still there. They just don't have the pools open anymore.
Okay. So we can't go skinny dipping?
No, because the Springfield pools are just 1 mile from the museum. While during the Lysander, visitors can touch the warm water bubbling until it leaves.
Oh, well, that sounds like fun. So do we go up this way? Servants' quarters. Where's servants? Do we want to look at the servants' quarters? Oh. Caution, low ceiling. Let's just get a taste of it. Smells good in here. I don't know. You want to come all the way up? I don't think I would like having a glass door in my bathroom. What do you think? Oh, I see. I see. I didn't understand. I'm pretty
You ever remember
stupid.
that lady with the rifles? Her husband made rifles.
Oh, Winchester.
Yes.
And then you had to.
That's what that kind of reminded me of.
Servants always get the best. You notice that?
No, they don't.
They always get the best.
Check it out, Ann. Do you think it was always behind glass?
No.
She's
I didn't
still.
get to see the other part. I thought somebody need to watch it.
That was my joke.
I didn't hear you.
No, you're too slow. Okay, we're ready to go back
Mom
down.
didn't even make it up the steps yet. But we can go back down. Oh, there's not much to see. It's just the
No,
bedrooms, which there are two, which you
Yeah.
wouldn't think two would fit.
3 people. How would they do that? Maybe one was married. Who knows?
We might not have all been there at the same time.
No, at one time. Gotcha. And then the guest house. So this was part of the complex that he bought. All of this.
Well, he probably bought a house down here.
This down
Yes.
here.
This is his property.
Right.
And then later on, he bought the resort and turned it into the Regency.
I gotcha. Yeah, it's nice to have money and do stuff like that. He was a traitor against his class. He was a traitor against his class.
Most of the furniture were made at Valkill shops in Hyde Park, New York.
Wow.
Eleanor started Valkill for unemployed people during the Depression.
She was a sweetheart, really, to be quite
I
honest.
really love Valkill furniture.
Yeah, I remember being there. I got film. That. There's a telephone.
This must be the bathroom.
Excuse me. Okay. I've seen enough. Now we're going down to the house. Here's a So, not sure what's in the back there. Oh, we enter here. Thank God I read. Okay. God, don't be so damn demanding. Hold on. Damn. Well, I won't break your camera. I might. You never know. It's guard shack. What was that? Marine Corps Sentry Post. That's interesting. There's an ice box. Yeah, and an old ice box. We had refrigerators that you had to defrost every once in a while. Messy job. Hello. Westinghouse. Of course, it's gas.
She had an ice cream freezer.
Did they? Where? I don't know. It's nice and cool in here. Nice and cool. It's getting hot out there. Muggy.
And they took the showers out, that's when they put the stairs in 46, 47, because they're not original.
That could be it.
And they, made under the sun deck the original museum. So from 1948 to 1961, it was a museum.
Oh, okay.
Now it's storage. But if you look at this large photograph right here, you'll see that that was Springwood Bush.
That's neat.
It's in the legacy exhibit, which is your next stop.
Oh, okay, I saw signs, we'll go through there.
Yeah, the past lives right up there by the service quarters, and you stay to the left, and you'll see the building right there. It's got the unfinished portrait, it has a finished portrait that the artist did about a year later, and what she thought it would look like at the end, and she finished it. And she based it on the unfinished portrait.
I like the paintings here. They're pretty cool. I wonder if the Roosevelts made their money in the China trade, or where most of them made their money in the early 1800s. Hmm?
No, he might stop by or do recovery programs.
That?
National Recovery Act.
Oh, I never.
Yeah.
I never know what that shield is. That shield just a symbol of presidency?
Well, that's the eagle, so that's one hook.
Oh, well, there's no eagle. Huh. And then where do we go? Out? We go out. Yeah, we do. And then we go back in. And there's a secretary's bedroom. And there's probably too much glare. Yeah, too much glare. You're not gonna get to see any of that. Some more Marine Corps. Make sure nobody kills the president. Another Marine Corps sentry. Ooh, friggin' hot. Ugh. I don't know, this probably isn't all that old, the cement. Oh, that's kind of cool though. And there's another Marine Corps sentry down there. Huh. Yeah, huh? When was it?
Yeah.
I do not. Yeah, I know, and there's another one down there. I'm not sure. As everyone knows, that side of the Roosevelt family loved sailing, didn't they? They liked to sail.
I believe this is just out here. People can touch it.
1934.
Carried to this room in his deck after he collapsed.
What's that? This is where he died?
Yeah.
This is where he died. Wow. Oh, man. Huh.
That is hysterical.
How do you get to the toilet paper?
I think that is a historic roll toilet. Someone was talking
Probably.
about that.
Was it?
Worked at FDR's home.
Really?
Someone who would come down here and was like, it's pretty ridiculous. They have his roll of toilet paper in a plexiglass. You saw one too? There's one right here.
Yeah.
There's another one?
One right side the glass in the other building.
Oh, that I didn't see.
Yeah. And the roll's almost gone, but all these yellow raggedy papers. At least they put a rubber band in it.
Look at how small that chair is.
No, they have some. This is Eleanor's room. Dainty furniture.
Mm-hmm. Eleanor's bedroom.
This is a classic Valkill piece of furniture.
It was built up in New York. Is it all of it? Or don't
I
know.
believe so. I feel like Valkill
Uh-huh.
either closed or moved at some point.
Oh,
and then she,
okay.
like turned the factory into the mall.
I gotcha. Oh, that's pretty.
The lamp,
Yes.
if you notice on the shade, they alternated between paper cutout flowers and then real ones.
Ah.
You can see the
Yeah.
the real ones,
Here?
yes. And then like on the front, you'll see the paper.
I gotcha. Interesting.
Any questions or
I
curiosities?
think about where the furniture was made, Ann.
Valkill.
Okay.
Valkill Industries.
All of it?
Most of it.
Okay.
That was Eleanor's business that she and some friends started in the
Okay.
mid-20s
Uh-huh.
in the Hyde Park area. And
Okay.
they made furniture until the late 30s.
Oh, gotcha.
The dining room furniture, the bedroom furniture, even the Jefferson table is Valkill. The two chairs in the living room
Uh-huh.
are not Valkill. They were gifts to
Okay.
FDR.
Okay.
The card table is also a gift. And those nesting tables, everybody come on in. Those nesting tables were a gift from his cousin Laura Delano. And
Okay.
that was after Valkill.
Okay, thank
To
you.
the best of my knowledge. We could not find the Valkill stamp on there anywhere.
Gotcha. Thank you.
They didn't stamp their furniture at first, but they
Uh-huh.
did. They just
Later on,
So yeah.
as they got better building
I
it.
guess. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have an explanation.
So I'm just curious because I noticed all the ships. Was that part of his heritage, Roosevelt's
Well,
heritage?
Yes and no to that.
Mhm.
The Delanos were sea merchants.
Okay.
And he-
The China
he just-
trade?
Yes, the China trade. The China opium trade.
Yes.
Um,
That's where they made their money.
That's where they made the money. But he would read his grandfather's journals.
Okay.
And listen to his grandfather tell stories.
Okay.
But he also grew up on the Hudson River.
Yes.
His father had a sailboat.
Uh-huh.
So when he was like 8 years old, he was a good sailor.
Okay.
At 14, he got his own sailboat.
Okay.
So, and then their vacation home was Campo Bella Island off the coast of Maine. Where, and he was a year old when they started going there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, come on in. So, and of course the island is surrounded by water.
Sure.
I need to tell them, oh, she's just taking a picture. But, so and I read, but I'm pretty sure it was on the Campo Bello website.
Okay.
That he really fell in love with the sea there.
Okay. I got you.
But, I don't know, he had so many influences.
Right.
And then, of course, when they went to Europe, they
Mhm.
sailed.
Okay. I got you. Well, thank you so much for that info.
So, did that answer all your
Yes, ma'am.
questions?
Very well.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
Y'all just have a good rest of the day and head left up the hill to the Legacy exhibit. Great.
Okay.
Portrait.
Okay. Thanks.
And exit through the gift shop.
Okay. Which there ain't nothing in there worth looking at.
I didn't speak on
The reason I don't want you to is because then they start asking
Yes, I
questions
know.
like, oh, how do we stack up? I don't know, you suck. Like, what do you want me to say?
Say it's one of the best museums I've ever seen, other than mine, other than one I put together. That's what you say.
Yeah, he also had ice boats, Dad. When the Hudson would freeze over, they would go
And then cut ice and bring it down to New York? No?
recreationally. They would sail on the frozen river.
Oh,
The
like
sailboats
like
had
like
skis,
like
ice.
Alexander Graham Bell did up in Nova Scotia where we seen. Yeah. I gotcha. Okay. Well, we're up to see one more thing. And then to the then the actual springs. And I'll probably drop my camera into the warm springs. I hope to hay not, but you never know. The gift shop, there's nothing in there. Unless you want to go through, I don't care. But I wasn't impressed. The grounds are pretty though, aren't they? Is that what they're called? Georgia pines? I don't know. Yeah, why would you know? You're not from here. I don't know. Over in the Carolinas, you see skinnier pines like that guy there. Well, it quit. I don't know, these stupid things. I wish I had my old camera back. Oh boy. Not fair. This is stupid filming with this phone. Okay. Let's take a left. This is the unfinished portrait. Wow. At that stage of the game, he really looked rough. I know he looks so much better in the unfinished. I know.
That's the photo of, that's like the study of it. So that was April 10th. That was 2 days before he died.
He was only in his 50s, wasn't he?
He was born in 1882 and died in 1945.
60s? I don't know. I wasn't very good at math, apparently.
Oh my God, this is creepy.
That don't look nothing like it.
Oh, looks like Jack Nicholson.
It does. With glasses on, portraying FDR. That's funny.
So this artist, this is her finished version of the painting.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but they didn't get the bags, the dark bags under his eyes. I mean, of course you would make it look good. And this is, I don't know. The one guy.
Portrait she did of him.
American people. It's a Saturday Evening Post. Norman Rockwell, of course. Just couldn't think of his name. If you're ever in Warm Springs, Georgia, you just come here and see this and read to your heart's content. This is when he died, right? This young man crying. I think I remember that. We're supposed to be at the actual springs. Historic pool entrance. And we're going in here. Oh, admission required. You want to pay? I don't want to pay.
It's the same.
Oh, okay. I asked. I bet it isn't. That's fine. Don't get your picture taken. That.
So this is the museum, and unlike the other one, this one tells about his polio.
You won't get a flash out of me.
Oh, yes. Yes, this is all included together.
Good. Thank you,
And
ma'am.
then you can go outside and feel the water.
Okay.
There's a basin out there. And when you put your hands in it, leave it in there 3 or 4 minutes because it's got silica.
Oh.
So,
Good.
but anyway, you know, when they start, they will, you'll call, make a reservation, and for a small fee, they'll sell you like a time block, like an hour and a half, and then we could do traffic.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, that's
It won't
neat.
be so crowded in here, you can't enjoy it.
Right.
Really cool.
Look at that.
It comes up 3,800 feet down into the ground, and it comes up at 900 gallons a minute.
Oh, man.
So, I mean, it never stops.
Uh-huh.
Hey, how are you?
Look at
She's
this.
with us.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Go ahead. Yeah, it never stops, so, you know, we need to be using this water, just
Yes.
so dang for us not to be.
Yeah, that's. Did you guys get like a grant for the?
Some, and we've been raising money too, so we've got about $4 million. It's gonna cost about 7, but you know how that goes.
Yeah.
I'll probably come up with some more money.
Well, 14 by the end.
Well, the state's very determined. They want it open back up, so I'm glad they
Yeah,
are.
I think it'll be a revenue source too.
Oh, yeah, for sure, yeah.
So she
Which,
said they're
you
gonna
know,
have a
already,
big
I
money
mean, we're supposed to be one of the most, one of the most visited, yep. They're very good.
Yeah, we got more people coming in.
Yeah. Hello. Jamie, you're good. Oh, look. Is that the
Polio. The March of Dimes was still going after us that were born like in 53, 54, 55. But I guess my older siblings, my parents probably were worried about them before the vaccine got developed. But never heard anything about it because of the vaccine. It was all passé. But I remember my mom having the March of Dimes folder, putting dimes in there. And then, see, March of Dimes. I was just talking about that.
Iron Lung?
Yeah. Yeah, they still had it going after the vaccine. And I was just explaining here that my mom's had it folded out and you'd put dimes in for every day or something. And then you'd hand them in. Yeah, March of Dimes.
And I didn't even know it was because of him.
Look at that. Isn't that sad? That's sad. Yeah. Well, that was Salk and who else? Who was the one from Cincinnati? Saban. Yeah, right up the street from us. So where do we feel the water, huh? As she explained, they're going to be redoing this, and then you can actually pay money and spend time, a period of time in the pool, but it's in terrible need of repair. We don't know where the water's at, though. Well, if it's still coming up like she said, it's got to be somewhere. You should be able to hear it. early 1900s. So that disease was going on since the beginning of time, right? But it never seemed to be all that talked about until.
See it coming up right there.
So we can go down there. No.
No.
Well, she said we.
I know, we just haven't gotten to it.
Oh. Yeah, no. I don't know. I quit. Yeah, it's all blocked off. Yeah, I bet it's in here. That's the only thing that makes sense. Is that it? Floor very slippery when wet. And I guess we can go. That's it, and she says to keep your hand in for about 3 minutes. 3 minutes. So we're gonna do what she says.
I don't feel like 88 degrees though, and that feels cold.
Does it? Yep, it does.
Maybe it's because it's hotter.
You can smell the salts though, or whatever the hell it is. It ain't salt.
I still want to go swimming in this.
Yeah, me too. I don't know what she means by keeping it. You'll feel silicone? Is that what she said, or something?
Your hand will feel silky.
Silky. I already feel silky. I do. That's neat. There, you got to see it. They let it all go to pot. They had a gold mine here and they let it go to pot. Is that salt? So here's some curative waters from Warm Springs. It's nice.